Hello and welcome. I'm Terry Lyston, President of Dynamic Workforce Solutions. I'm your host for this episode of Dynamic Words, a brand new series brought to you by Dynamic Works Institute. We've all been inspired by countless dynamic individuals we've encountered. Dynamic Words is our way of bringing these incredible voices to the forefront. This podcast is more than just a series. It's a platform for thought leaders, change makers, and innovators to share a little bit about themselves, their career path, and their leadership style. Today, I'm thrilled you've decided to join us. And I'm excited to introduce Jerry Myers. Jerry's the president of In the Door down in Atlanta, Georgia. And his journey is a testament to the power of his word, which he chose, resilience. So resilience is today's dynamic word. I cannot wait for him to share his insights and experiences with us. So get ready to be inspired, challenged, and motivated as we uncover the power of words in leadership and in life. So let's just dive in. Hi, Jerry. Great to have you here.
Hello, Terry. Great to see you.
Yeah, I'm thrilled you decided to join us today representing this great state of Georgia. Um, it's wonderful to have you and to talk about your word. You said resilience jumped off the page. So before we get started with your word, tell me a little bit about your background and how you ended up where you are today as the president of In the Door.
Sure. Well, first of all, Terry, once again, I want to thank you for this opportunity to be a part of this show today. Just a little bit about me. I guess the most important things: I'm a husband, I'm a father, as you would say, man of faith at the same extent, but also the president of In the Door. And in 2014, 2013, I had an opportunity to um, get a stretch assignment when I worked for DeVry University. That stretch assignment allowed me to take a part of community opportunities in which I became a part of the DeKalb County Rockdale Employer Committee. In DeKalb County and Rockdale County, more so on the east side of the Georgia market, in which I worked with the Department of Labor. At that time, as mentioned, I was in education at DeVry, and being a part of the employer committee gave me the opportunity to eventually become the chair after my second year. And becoming the chair, I started to really fall in love with workforce and what it was to help people get employment and go to school for trades and really see lives change. And that opportunity led me to continue to stay in the workforce to a point where in 2016, I left my job as a campus president of a school to start In the Door and to conduct trainings and things of that nature. And those trainings led to me working with the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, which I found to be my passion. And today we work in multiple states around, more so in the Southeast, but going national. But at the same extent, we're at a point where we have over 40 great staff members and are really making a positive change in the counties and the local areas that we're serving, helping people get back to work, helping people get the training that they need, and really giving people the options that they didn't know they had from a workforce perspective. And our team sees this as an economic development platform, and we're just proud to see the growth that we've had.
Oh, that's fantastic. And, we all fell into this workforce world in one way, shape, or form and got bit by the bug. And now we're like passionate about it. Um, Tell me about resilience and why did you pick it? And tell me, how do you define the word resilience from your viewpoint?
So when I think, first of all, when the word resilience jumped off the page for me personally, because I feel like my experience has really lent to being resilient. So when I think about resilience, I think about the ability to endure life challenges. For many of us who are fans of the Rocky series and Sylvester Stallone, what made Rocky great was that no matter how hard he was hit, he always had this inner drive to get back up and keep fighting. And that's what I see resilience as, really managing setbacks and hardships with grace and determination is what I see this resilience as. And for me, it's been a huge part of how where I am today, how In the Door has grown. It's all been because of really having resilience and not being willing to let no's be final no's.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, you use so many words when you define resilience. I think that's interesting. And I have a brother-in-law that's a huge Rocky fan. He happens to be CEO and president of a company as well. You know, get knocked down, get back up kind of mentality, not just with yourself, but with the customers we serve, right?
That's right.
So I'd love to know during your career path, whether it be academic on the education side or currently, when did you lean on resilience? Can you tell us a little story about how that, impacted your journey?
Sure. Well, I had an opportunity to, as I mentioned, work for DeVry University, and unfortunately, I think I was laid off around 32 years old. So it was a very challenging time. At that time, I had my MBA, went to school. I thought I did all the right things, had my wife, kids, everything, the house with the picket fence, all that great stuff, right? But I was laid off, and it took me months to get back to work. And at that time, it was challenging for me because the time I was laid off, I was told I wasn't a strategic leader, which, looking back, maybe I had a few things to learn. I think I'm a lot more strategic today than I was at that age. But I faced significant financial challenges as a result of that job loss. Endured 9 months of really having to lean on faith to not go into depression. Um, and then when I returned back to work, I returned with a $20,000 pay cut. And what made it more challenging at that time, I was, managing my family, and we had 3 sons at the moment, and my wife was pregnant during these layoffs.
Wow.
So when I think of resilience, it's really being able to go through those hard moments and to be able to really look deep inside yourself and to have that inner drive to say, you know what, this isn't it. This is what it is. This is what I'm seeing, but this isn't finality. I have to push through this. And for me at that time of my career, it was extremely stressful because you have those periods where as a husband or father, you may feel alone. You may wonder what's going to happen to our family financially. But that 9 month period of time taught me, first of all, to be appreciative of good opportunities. When you have a good opportunity in front of you, take advantage of it. Really dig deep to give it everything you have to learn and become better because if you can get past those hard periods, you can really make something great take place. So I look back at those times and look kind of where my life is today and where my family and where my career is at as a president of In the Door. It really makes me think, but those were scary moments. But at the same extent, it taught me that I had to look past what I saw at the moment. I had to dig deeper in what I was seeing.
And what a gift you gave to your sons, because you don't realize when you're in that, and I've had that experience myself where we were really down on all sorts of resources and support. And, I look back and cherish the fact that a daily activity was walking to the park with a peanut butter sandwich, uh, because that's all we could do. But I do think it flips your focus on what's really important. And I think it also flips your focus on when you encounter barriers and challenges today, you're like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, no, it does. It makes you say to yourself, if I was able to get through that, then I'll get through this today as well, right? I mean, as business owners, we face these challenges daily. So some
Yeah.
of the challenges that in my early 30s, I may have not been able to handle it. In my 40s today, I see these challenges as just stepping stones. It's like, okay, we'll get past this too. We'll
That's
move.
fantastic. That's fantastic. So I know there's a lot of future leaders watching this and thinking to themselves, well, Jerry's been president of In the Door all this time, and that's just how he was born. Um, I think that, one of our gifts that we can give to the viewers is helping them build their personal and professional toolkits. So when you are working or coaching a future leader, why do you think resilience is important to add to that toolkit?
Well, I mean, it's important because it allows us one to reflect because sometimes there are I feel like most things that happen in life, and I could be wrong, but this is my philosophy that most things that happen, good or bad, we had some hand in it, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, some of the things I tell future leaders is resilience gives you that chance to reflect, to improve, and become better. So reflect, improve, and become better. We see it. I mean, my company, we work with a lot of individuals, customers that are coming into our American Job Centers that need help at the one-stop career centers, or they're youth who are looking to change their lives. Maybe they got into some trouble. Maybe they've had some barriers in school. Maybe there's some challenges that they have in their family that cause them to drop out of high school. So we deal with our customers in a way where we have to be the model of resilience. And that leading with that model allows us to have so many great success stories. And those success stories have to be your motivators. When you work in workforce, you're not doing it because you're trying to be a millionaire. You're doing it. Most people that I meet are doing it because they intrinsically care about the people that they are helping. And we try to pass that model down to the people that I, at least that I coach. We pass that to as a company culture, and we pass it down from an aspect of knowing that the individuals that we are helping them to be more resilient for not just for themselves, but also for their kids, their wives, the people in their family that they may help out. We are helping them get to a point where they will become better, and that's all we can hope for.
So I took a note for myself. My priority this week is to reflect, improve, and become better. What a great mantra. I think that sort of summarizes the resilience element of it. And I think it's very powerful when people take the moment to breathe and think about how they can bounce back, no matter the obstacle. So I want to thank everyone for turning in to Dynamic Words today. It was an absolute pleasure to explore the impactful stories shared by Jerry today. And Jerry, thanks for your time and insight. As we wrap up this conversation, we hope you have a wonderful, inspired feeling of empowerment by exploring a little bit more about the word resilience. And again, reflect, improve, and become better. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with your friends and colleagues who might find it just as inspiring. And don't forget to subscribe to the series for more compelling discussions with outstanding leaders. And until next time, keep embracing the power of words. This is Terry Lyston with Dynamic Works Institute, signing off from Dynamic Words, saying stay dynamic and stay inspired.